Milwaukee Tools new 1/4-inch subcompact M12 FUEL impact wrench. Pretty sweet. Model number 3048-20 is a bare tool, $229. We have the tri-LED lights up front. We have our very interesting mode change. By double tapping that trigger, we can move through all our modes. We also have an auto tightening and auto loosening mode here, which is pretty sweet if you're working in cars. It allows you to remove things without having the bolts fly off and just controls the speed. But when you're putting them on, it allows you to get a little more than hand tight, you know, and then you can kind of use the trigger and bump them in a little faster, so you don't over tighten. If you're working on your own stuff, you know what I mean. If you're a guy that just puts this on 3 and uses his finger, I respect that, but this dude will break bolts, no issues. Level 1, 0 to 1500 RPM, 0 to 1300 IPM, about 30 foot-pounds of tightening. Level 2, 0 to 2900 RPM, 0 to 3700 IPM, up to about 50 foot-pounds of tightening. Level 3, we're giving it all, 0 to 3800 RPM, 0 to 4400 IPM, up to 70 foot-pounds tightening. We're going to be able to remove around 100 foot-pounds, which is pretty awesome. In the auto tightening mode, it's giving everything it's got. In reverse, 0 to 3800. In forward, it's 0 to 2200. And then in IPM, it's 0 to 4400. But we're going to get about 7 foot-pounds of tightening, and you can really continue to go up if you keep pushing that trigger. Total across less than 4.5 inches. Pretty sweet, small. It's going to get into tight places. When you look at this guy, camera doesn't really do it justice. Very small head, very small motor up front, but then it actually widens out. The ergonomics on this thing are absolutely awesome. Fits in your hand perfectly. Nice and narrow up front around the trigger, and then widens out and back to accept the battery. Now for you guys who are gonna say, how long will the battery stay attached? We can look in here, we have that extra metal piece that's gonna keep the battery in place, because this not only comes in a 1/4-inch, but it also comes in a 3/8. So there's gonna be some vibrations here. The 3/8 has less IPM, a little more power in its impacting. We can put our belt clip on either side, and on the left-hand side, we have our battery gauge. Simple as we move things forward and backward. And then again, that center is how we change the modes. Something to get used to. Didn't like it in the beginning. Does not bother me now. But this guy, so small, so light, 1.5 pounds tool only. Pretty sweet. You put the 5 amp hour battery on this guy, and it looks absolutely stupid. My thoughts on this tool: in the right hands, it is going to be gold for that person. In the wrong hands, you're going to end up with broken bolts. No questions asked. Just screwing around with this, trying to show you guys a little bit, and changing batteries in the truck behind me, I screwed up my gear wrench swivel socket. It simply won't swivel all the way around. It didn't take that much. This tool, level 3, took it right out, and I wasn't even just hammering on it. It's one of those things that this tool can do some damage. So as long as you know what's happening, use the right levels, or have a little bit more sense as to what's going on with the tool, with experience, you will absolutely love it. But it's 1/4-inch drive for the 3048, and we're talking $229. So for the right guy, again, it's going to be awesome. High output batteries on this, in my opinion, are a must. That's all I really tested it out with. When I drop down to a 2 amp hour battery, you can hear the difference, no doubt. But I'm limited in my sockets. I simply go up to a 9/16 or a 15 millimeter, and that's about all I have. So to get this out and really test it on something in 1/4-inch isn't it. You're not gonna wanna put an adapter between it. For that, you might as well just have bought the 3/8. So if you're that guy who wants this 1/4-inch, I think it's going to make a lot of sense to put the money out to purchase it. If not, then maybe you want to go to the 3/8 and have a nice small one, or you want to move up to the stubby. If you're buying this, again, I go to the fact of don't look at it for continuously removing 100 foot-pounds or even 70 foot-pounds. This is going to be great in the 50 foot-pounds and below. It's going to be fast. It's not going to hammer a lot. It's going to be easy to use, small. If you're going to go upwards and kind of use this at its max all the time, I'd recommend moving up. Same with the stubby. We don't buy that to remove semi-truckload nuts at 550 foot-pounds. We use something bigger. So this is a very small tool. Keep that in mind, and that's where I would recommend using it. For anyone who's new to this stuff, I'd also recommend not using chrome sockets with this, not because they're gonna blow up, break or anything, but you're gonna screw up the 1/4 inch square drive in the back very, very quickly, especially if you use it on something with a little more torque. It's just what's gonna happen. Invest in some impact sockets. They're well worth the money. And then you can pick out your sizes that you're gonna need, because based on this, you could actually go a little bit larger than the 15mm I have here and use this all over the place, because we all know the engine bays aren't getting any smaller and they're not giving you more room to work on things. So I will leave a link in the description, a little bit more info and specs on this guy. I think it's pretty cool. Let me know what you think about it, especially I'm curious, have you guys gotten used to how you change modes with the trigger rather than a button? That's one of the things that I actually like it now, except for the fact when I bump it and accidentally change it in different areas, but I'm getting used to that and it is pretty cool. I love this smaller stuff. What do you think? Give us a like in this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.